So, what if I told you that alcohol might be heading down the same road as cigarettes? Yeah, the drink you crack open after work, the glass of wine at dinner, or the celebratory shots on Saturday night. Could they one day carry the same social stigma as lighting up a cigarette in a crowded room? Today we're diving deep into the question, is alcohol the next cigarettes? Let's rewind the tape. Take a look at how we got here, what's shifting, and what the future might look like. Back in the 1950s, lighting a cigarette wasn't just common, it was cool. Doctors smoked, movie stars smoked, heck, even cartoons smoked. Smoking was marked as glamorous, sophisticated, and even healthy. But here's the kicker. Smoking was already hurting people. The science just hadn't caught up to the marketing. It wasn't until the 1964 U.S. Surgeon General's report that the tide started to turn. This report linked smoking to lung cancer and heart disease, and it was a huge wake-up call. Over the next few decades, smoking bans, warning labels, taxes, and major lawsuits made cigarettes public health enemy number one. Now let's talk about alcohol. Alcohol has had a complicated relationship with society. In the 1920s, the US actually banned it during Prohibition, but that only made people want it more. Fast forward to today, and drinking is still woven into our culture. We toast with champagne, bond over beers, and Instagram our cocktails. But here's the thing. Like cigarettes, alcohol has a dark side too. Alcohol is linked to over 200 diseases and injuries. According to the World Health Organization, 3 million people die every year from alcohol-related causes. That's 1 in every 20 deaths globally. One of the most eye-opening studies came in 2018, published The Lancet. Researchers analyzed data from 195 countries and concluded no amount of alcohol is safe. Yeah, that glass of red wine people say is good for your heart, not so great after all. And then there's cancer. Alcohol is a known carcinogen. According to the National Cancer Institute, alcohol increases your risk of several cancers: mouth, throat, liver, breast, and colon. In fact, just one drink a day can increase breast cancer risk by about 7%. Sounds a bit like early cigarette science, right? So why are people starting to rethink drinking? First, social media. Platforms like TikTok and Instagram are filled with influencers talking about sober curiosity, basically questioning their relationship with alcohol and choosing to cut back or go booze-free entirely. Sober bars are popping up in major cities. These places look just like regular bars, chic decor, good music, moody lighting, but they serve non-alcoholic drinks that taste like the real thing. Also, Gen Z is drinking way less than the previous generations. A study by Berenberg Research found that Gen Z drinks 20% less per capita than millennials did at the same age. They're more health conscious, more online, and less likely to see drinking as a rite of passage. And there's a growing industry of non-alcoholic spirits, beers, and wines. Big brands like Heineken and Guinness are investing heavily in alcohol-free options. Even celebrities are getting in on it. Blake Lively launched a non-alcoholic mixer line. Bella Hadid is promoting a drink called Kin Euphorics. The vibe is shifting. Let's talk marketing. The alcohol industry has taken pages straight out of Big Tobacco's playbook, associating drinking with fun, attractiveness, freedom, and success. But just like with cigarettes, there's growing pressure to crack down. The World Health Organization has called for restrictions on alcohol marketing, especially targeting younger audiences. Some countries are already moving forward with plain packaging laws and ad bans. Sound familiar? Data from the Global Burden of Disease study suggests alcohol-related health risks are likely to drive major policy changes in coming decades. We're already seeing things like minimum pricing laws in Scotland and Canada, higher alcohol taxes in Australia, and warning labels in Ireland. And public opinion is shifting. A 2021 survey by Gallup found that for the first time, the majority of Americans believe alcohol has a negative effect on society. Researchers at the University of Victoria in Canada even released a model showing that if we found alcohol today, it might not even make it past regulation. Let that sink in. Okay, so is alcohol the next cigarettes? Not quite, at least not yet. Smoking rates have plummeted thanks to decades of aggressive public health campaigns, laws, and cultural shaming. But drinking is still socially acceptable, even expected in many situations. However, if trends continue, if more science comes out, more people go sober curious, and regulations tighten up, we might just see a future where drinking is no longer the norm. Imagine telling your grandkids, yeah, back in the day, people used to drink poison for fun. It's not about shame or judgment. It's about information, knowing the risks, questioning habits, and maybe, just maybe, imagining a life that doesn't need alcohol to feel good. So, is alcohol the next cigarettes? We're not there yet, but we might be on our way. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and consider subscribing. We always appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one.